everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm actually going to show you all how to contour and highlight. I'm actually going to be using a couple of things today. I'm actually going to be using the NYX stick from Ulta. I actually got from there. I believe you can actually find this at Ulta and a lot of your beauty brand stores. And I'm also going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in medium beige for my highlight. That is also going to be my original beauty blender that I'm going to be using today to blend out all that product. As you can tell, I'm actually using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm starting from the corner of my eye and I'm doing a swipe down into a triangular motion. I'm also placing the highlight on the outer part of my nose, simply because I like my nose to look a little bit more narrow and thin. So now I'm just swiping up and filling in all of those missing spots as far as where I'm placing that highlight at. Gonna do the same thing for the other eye. Again, just in straight down motion, upwards into a triangle. Placing a little bit more product on the other eye because, as you can tell, my right eye has a little bit more product than my left one. Now I'm placing that on my nose, and I'm actually placing a little bit of highlight on my forehead so I can give my forehead a little bit more definition. Now I'm taking my MAC Fix Plus spray and actually spraying that on my beauty blender. You don't want to get it too wet, you just kind of want to get it damp. And now you're actually going to just make patting motions upwards to actually blend all of that product into your skin. You're going to blend from the nose out to your ear so that you can grab all of that product. You're going to do the same thing for the other eye. I'm not done blending it out on the right side. I'm currently blending. Now I'm actually blending in that product of my nose and my forehead. Just to make sure I have all of that product blended out, I have to look deep in the mirror. Now I'm actually taking my Laura Mercier setting powder. Then I'm actually going to take my beauty blender. Not the pink one because I use that to actually pack in that product. I'm going to take my orange beauty blender and I'm just going to pack on that product as far as the Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm going to place it exactly where I put my highlight at. I call this baking. Well, a lot of people do. Now we're actually going to place it on top of my forehead and my nose. You're just putting it exactly where you put your highlight. Depending on how long you want to let it sit there, it's totally up to you. Some people just place it right on and then swipe it off. Me, on the other hand, I like sometimes to keep it on there between 2 to 6 minutes, just so I can pack in that product. And that all depends on your skin as well. So now I'm going to take my fluffy brush. It's a powder brush. I actually got that from Wish. I got like a 30, I'm not sure if I told you all that before, but I got like a 30 pack for like $15 with blending brushes, flat brushes, fan brushes. It's just amazing. So now I'm actually going to just dust off that product. So now I'm actually going to take another smaller brush, and that's actually a contour brush from MAC. I'm actually going to take that, and I'm just swiping all of that product off as well. Now I'm taking my NYX contour stick, and I'm contouring my nose. Like I said earlier, I love the way my nose looks a lot more narrow here. And now I'm actually going to show you how I actually contour. I take the stick, and I'm actually going to move it from my ear to the tip of to the corner of my mouth, and that will actually let you all know where you need to contour. You don't want to place it too far down your cheek, simply because what's going to happen is that you're just going to look like you have a big brown line on your cheek. Next, I'm actually going to take my bristle brush from MAC. It's 130. It's more of a foundation brush, but I love using it for contour. Now I'm just going to blend in that product with my highlight. Now, as you can see, I'm actually going in circular motions. I'm going to do the same thing with my contour going down my face. I'm actually going to blend up. Doing the same thing for the other side. Just blending up so that you can actually blend in with that highlight. So as you can see, finished as far as blending in that product. Now I'm actually going to take the Kat Von D shade of light. I'm telling you guys, that palette is amazing. I'm now going to take the darkest shade. I'm actually going to use my highlight and contour brush from Kat Von D. And I'm going to do in the same motion that I was actually using for my bristle brush. I sometimes find it a lot easier to actually take that angle part and turn it upside down and go forward towards my ear from my cheek. I'm then going to do the same thing for my forehead that I did for contouring. I'm actually going to blend in, now I'm actually going to shape up my contour with my Laura Mercier setting powder. And right now I'm just cleaning it up. Next, I'm actually going to blend in my contour of my nose. And now I'm actually taking that light color in the Kat Von D palette, and I'm just blending it into my nose. Just doing a little bit more blending for the contour. I think I'm looking for a brush now. Okay, now I'm actually dusting off that product. Please don't mind my hair. I actually did it today. And now I'm actually taking my beauty blender and I'm just kind of taking that product and blending it out a little bit more. Next, this is my favorite highlighter. This is the Becca, and this is actually in rose gold. I'm actually going to take my fan brush. That's a huge one. I'm pretty sure that one's going to give me the definition that I always love. But I didn't want to mess up on it because I've never used that brush. So I just kind of use what I know. Now I'm actually taking that Fix Plus and I'm spraying it all over my fan brush. I'm going to dip that fan brush into my product. Doing that actually allows you to grab more product. And it is amazing, especially for that highlight that you want. I am now taking both sides and I'm putting product on both sides. I'm now swiping up in circular motions because you're going to blend everything out. Everything that you do as far as makeup, you want to blend. You want to blend your contour, you want to blend your highlight, you want to blend your illuminators. And as you can see, I'm getting some of that highlight that I want. Just placing it on slowly. I'm not just packing it all on. I'm slowly building up everything that I want as far as that highlight coming. Now I'm actually going to place it on my nose too as well. For me, highlighting is everything. So I actually place it everywhere that I actually placed my before highlight. And as you all can tell, my nose is so much more narrow. I do also want to let you all know how appreciative I am of you all for showing the love and support, because without you all, I don't know where I would actually be or what actually I'd be doing. So thank you. Peace.
One that saw scars upon a broken hearted lover.